Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. We are learning the meaning of the verses of Shri Guru Gita based on Guru Gitartheshwari, written by Her Highness Mahayogi Swami Umananda Saraswati. As asserted by Gurudev, Shri Guru Gita Mahamantra is a self-study that enhances and fosters the art of living in the present age of darkness known as the Kali Yuga. Today we are learning verse number 50, the sadhana for those who are away from the Guru.
श्रीनाथ चरणद्वन्द्वं यस्यां दिशि विराजते तस्ये दिशे नमस्कुर्यात् भक्त्या प्रतिदिनं प्रिये.
O beloved one, bow in the direction of the Guru's feet with devotion every day. The lotus feet of the Guru should be worshipped with love each day. It is difficult to meditate on the Supreme without attributes. The Supreme in the form of Guru is much more easy to meditate. The devotion for the Guru's form is bound to end in the realization of the formless Supreme. For the Guru and the God are the same. Of all sadhanas, the Guru Charana Bhakti is the easiest and most effective. The Guru is all pervading. He dwells in all directions. The directions are his clothes as it were. There is no direction, place, period or time when and where he is not present. Even then, in the beginning, the seeker might find it difficult to cultivate the feeling of devotion for the Guru. Therefore, the seeker should turn towards the direction where the Guru dwells physically and mentally salute the Guru's holy feet. According to the ability and capacity of the seekers, various spiritual exercises are recommended. A mother feeds the child with small mouthfuls and not with big ones. In the same way, the Mother Guru Gita, considering the seeker's limited capacity, suggests simple sadhanas. Bowing down mentally to Guru Charana must be done with all devotion. Then only it will be useful for Bhakti Yoga. Unless emotions first rise in the bosom, devotional action cannot take place at the level of body. Mere physical action becomes mechanical and without any effect if it is not backed by emotion. When the Guru is staying far away from us, we cannot physically touch and bow to his holy feet. But emotions, feelings, and thoughts are subtle and therefore can reach the Guru and touch his feet in no time. The mind is subtler than the body. When the devotional feelings are absent, the seeker has to reach the Guru's dwelling place physically and salute. But the one who is mentally developed can use his mind and do sadhana whenever he might be away from the Guru. For him, there is no difficulty of time, place, direction, etc. Mental worship is the best and becomes fruitful immediately. The external sadhana has no bearing without devotional emotions. All efforts will be wasted. It will be mere physical exercise. Physical prostration for years together will not cause any effect and will not give any fruit unless and until by the awakening of Kundalini, the seeker's whole external and inner personality becomes pure and turn within towards Shiva. This stanza tells us that the Guru worship, bowing, saluting the Guru Charana should be regular and done every day. They who have to lead a very busy life in the midst of all their duties and responsibilities can perform this simple sadhana. For those who cannot be in the presence of the Guru, this is the way to be with the Guru in thoughts and reach there mentally. The devotee of the Guru loves nothing but his Guru. How can he remain without saluting his Guru? Therefore, even if he is far away from his Guru physically, if he turns towards the direction where the Guru dwells and mentally bows to Guru Charana, he will be doing Guru Puja only. This is what this stanza assures the devotee and solves his problem. Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.